We start today's show with the annual event to support Special Olympics. Conditions were definitely polar for the 5th annual Western Kentucky Polar Plunge. Rochelle Peck didn't jump, but she joined the crowd to watch.
Temperatures at this year's Polar Plunge were recorded as a chilly 21-degree air temperature and 37-degree water temperature, an all-time low for the event.
Polar Plunge is the signature fundraising event for Special Olympics. The Western Kentucky Polar Plunge is one of 6 plunges that take place throughout the state. The reason that this plunge is so important is we couldn't exist without it. Locally, the Western Kentucky Plunge is hosted by the Murray and the Marshall County Special Olympics delegations. Combined, we probably have about 150 athletes that participate. It's one reason that our programs have been able to grow is because of the financial backing that we get from the plunge. We're able to apply it 100% to our athletes.
We're here at Kentucky Dam Village where hundreds of people have decided to take the Polar Plunge. They're braving the frigid temperatures, and sources have even told us that they had to come out here earlier this morning and break up the ice in the lake.
Given these very cool air temps, even with a little sun shining, 37-degree water and ice chips floating around, it was a very invigorating plunge this year. It was a very chilly experience, but it's, I always say a moment of chills is worth a year's worth of thrills for our athletes. It helps provide the funding for our program. My heart's warm. It's warmed by all these folks who come out, and we're just thrilled to see everybody here today.
Murray State continues to become more involved with the Polar Plunge each year. This year, several teams signed up from Murray State, including Alpha Sigma Alpha Sorority, the Murray State football team, and various other student groups.
This is our 5th annual Western Kentucky Polar Plunge, and I'm just thrilled. Murray State's becoming more and more involved each year. Of course, our Alpha Sigma Alpha ladies, the Ladybugs, they help us out with registration. They're our most active Greek organization on campus, but MSU's become more involved. I think we had about 6 or 7 different bodies represented. We had conversational hearts, communication majors at Alexander Hall were involved, and then Coach Hatcher got the football team involved, and several of his football players and coaches registered. I haven't had a chance to see all of them today, but they had 8 different teams registered. So Murray State is coming through in a big way for us, and we're just thrilled each year.
The Murray State football team has, for the last couple of weeks, been raising a whole bunch of money for the event and everything. We raised about $1,000, a little bit over $1,000 for this event. We have several other guys here that are participating in the Polar Plunge too, and just trying to be active to support people. Obviously, for ourselves, we're athletes and everything, and we want to help some people that don't have the opportunities that we do, that to participate in events and stuff like this, and try to help them out in any way we can.
Alpha Sigma Alpha's involvement with Polar Bear Plunges, it's our philanthropy, and we specialize in children, especially with special needs. So, for instance, we are coaches and supporters for the Special Olympics athletes that comes for that, and we also come here to participate in Polar Bear Plunge. We fundraise, and we are also huge supporters and cheer on any of our sisters that are plunging.
It takes months of planning for this event to take place. Committee members began planning as early as August to make Polar Plunge such a successful fundraiser. Totals have not been announced yet for this year's Polar Plunge earnings, but they are hopeful that despite the less than favorable conditions, they still reach their goal of $102,000.
I'm very happy to report that as of the plunge time when we started today, we'd raised a little over $93,000 in plunge and 5K participant money. That doesn't include sponsor dollars that we had before the event began. So we're very confident that we're going to hit $100,000 plus, counting that sponsor money. And we don't know. We left here last year and we thought we had $94,000, and we finished with $102,000. So by the time it's said and done, I think we may end up equaling last year's record total, perhaps surpassing it. And with all the bad breaks the polar vortex has been giving us, with this cold weather and this nasty day today, we're thrilled to death to even get close to last year's numbers.